You put a switch on the Orbeez gun? Oh, holy. The demon.
And
Beer tanning?
people would
tanning it with beer is insane.
film them.
That's disgusting. You could be all sticky. Bro, people are creeps. People are creeps. People are creeps. Are you serious? People are really removing how to remove red light and silhouette challenge? Bro, these little 12 and 13-years are horn dogs. Yeah, welcome back to another reaction with Henny Rex, aka No Score. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? And today we got the dumbest TikTok trend ever. Let's get into it.
A new trend on social media is raising serious concern among local police departments. It involves people shooting innocent bystanders with water pellets.
Please, don't pee your pants for TikTok. This is perhaps one of the dumbest challenges next to eating Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
Tide Pods is insane. That trend where everyone was eating Tide Pods is absolute nuts. If you're eating laundry detergent, bro, you are sped.
TikTok is not reality to real life, but there's real consequences for some of those things that go on there.
TikTok created the internet's worst challenges. And as of right now, TikTok could potentially
I was eating them for real? You are a dummy. You are a dummy. What are you doing talking about I ate them for real? What are you talking about?
Today, we'll explore the dumbest TikTok trends ever, starting with weird ones to straight up insane. So my goal this year is to give you
what's good
guys
with you, Space in the building? What's good? What's good? What's good with you in the building? What's good with you, Space 94 _ what's up? What's up? How you doing? How was your Mother's Day? What's up with you? They're good at AF.
The amount of videos without sacrificing
Chromebook and LED trend.
To do
after
that,
this
we
video,
gotta keep growing. So 75% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you did. And I promise to do my very best.
Command Discord or command YouTube.
Are awesome. The pee in your pants challenge.
Right.
People usually join TikTok trends to look cool, but the pee in your pants challenge was different because it was just embarrassing. It began in April 2020 when a guy named Liam Wire filmed himself peeing his pants. Then he posted the video online.
Pee your pants challenge.
Liam made the video as a joke. He just wanted to make fun of how ridiculous
his digital footprint is cooked. Imagine him going into a job interview and he's talking about some, hey, how you doing? Is this you, buddy? Peeing your pants? Bro, is that you? That's so stupid. Is that a stupid?
TikTok challenges had become. But people didn't get that joke. Instead, they thought he was trying to start a new trend. And just like that, the pee your pants challenge took off. TikTokers everywhere started filming themselves in front of mirrors, wetting themselves. And
chat, be honest, did you guys do this? I'm not a Gen Zer. I don't do this type of shit. But y'all, I know y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Tide Pods, simple, easy. Did you guys ever pee your pants and record yourself and put it on TikTok?
Anyone watching the video could see the wet spot on their pants.
That's insane.
Pee your pants challenge.
TikTok eventually deleted.
I'm low-key seeing, I low-key am seeing a theme of the color of skin that is doing this.
Deleted Liam's video, but that didn't stop the challenge from spreading. This was during the lockdown when people were stuck at home and desperate for entertainment. At its peak,
now you see that Tanti is always starting it with me? No, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Hit over 4 million views on TikTok. But although it was getting a lot of attention, most people obviously found it disgusting.
Please, don't pee your pants for TikTok. This is perhaps one of the dumbest challenges next to eating Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
But it wasn't just gross. There were real consequences for those who took part in the challenge. The biggest problem was that the internet never forgets. Anyone who did this challenge now has a video of them peeing their
chat, what's the most craziest trend that's like ever happened? Put it in TTS.
Pants on the internet forever. And with many employers now checking social media before hiring, they could easily find those embarrassing videos. The challenge eventually faded, but it left an important lesson behind. Trends end, but embarrassment lasts forever.
Facts.
This next trend also seemed harmless, but it could easily send people to the emergency room. The raw dogging challenge.
There's no way little boys and little girls were giving it up on TikTok. They went OF on TikTok. They was smashing on TikTok. Ain't no way.
In 2023, Apple TV released a show called Hijack. It was an interesting story, but when was this? I don't know. I missed this trend. One of TikTok's dumbest trends. In the Hijack show, the main character spends 7 hours on a plane without using any devices for entertainment to pass the time. He endured the long
so he just beats his meat for 7 hours?
Flight with 0 distractions. Somehow, this inspired TikTokers to do the same. By June 2024, people were posting videos of themselves raw dogging flights. This meant no scrolling on their phone, no music, no reading. They would just sit there for hours staring straight ahead. They called it the
That's cap. You know, I don't know why that's cap. It's because as soon as the phone is not recorded and they're scrolling. Come on now.
The raw
That's
dogging
cap.
challenge. At
That's
first,
cap.
it seemed like an interesting
That's cap.
endurance test. Some called it the ultimate dopamine detox to reset the brain. But as always, TikTok took it way too far. Participants added extra rules like no sleeping, no drinking water, and no snacking or eating. The more extreme it got, the more people tried to outdo each other. Soon, raw dogging flights wasn't just a trend. It was a competition who could last the longest. Even celebrities, rappers,
Rando Nautica, facts.
and athletes joined posting their own entries. Before long, the challenge even had an unofficial scorecard.
People
And
wanted
since
to die
it
in
turned
game
into a
for real?
contest, people
Facts.
started cheating. Some actually raw-dogged flights while others just faked it. Like Nathan Daw, who posted a TikTok claiming he raw-dogged a 9-hour flight. But there was one problem. The airline he flew didn't even have flights that long. Then there was comedian Danny Duncan. He said that he raw-dogged an 18-hour flight, but his clip was obviously a joke. But not everyone picks up on these jokes, so these fake...
Chat. Is Gen Z slow? Like, are y'all stupid? Or not stupid? Are y'all gullible? Do you think your guys' generation is gullible? That's a better way to say it.
Videos inspire more people to actually participate. And that's where the real problem started, because most TikTokers didn't understand that this challenge could actually be dangerous. Taking long flights without food or water increases the risk.
What does raw dog mean? Like free balling?
No, it cause COVID, we need a reset.
Raw dogging is like... So there's like the birds and the bees, and the bees will get the honey, right? But sometimes when I can show you later, Joseph. What a shot. What a shot. What a shot. This man just asked.
Risk of dehydration. Planes already dry you out, and this only makes dehydration worse.
At sea
What a
level,
shot.
The average humidity in the air is 40 to 50%.
Whoa, that was a crazy, that was a full court heave, and you are not Steph Curry.
Where in an aircraft, it can be as low as 10%. If your body isn't used to that level of humidity,
Shot and miss.
you can...
That wasn't a shot. That was a half court heave. Not a half court, full court. I'm though.
dehydrate.
But dehydration wasn't the only danger.
So not only are you dehydrating yourself by just sitting in the cabin, your blood is also losing a lot of oxygen by breathing in such thin air constantly.
Airplane air is way thinner than what we breathe on the ground. That's why people feel lightheaded or exhausted after a long flight. The lower oxygen levels make it harder for the body to function properly. But most TikTokers didn't
Chill, Freaky Frog. Chill, Freaky Frog.
understand the risks, so they kept going. Luckily, the media stepped in just in time. One article read, "Idiots are doing this on planes and it's dangerous." They ripped the raw dogging challenge apart, listing all the ways it could go wrong.
I don't think this is that bad.
Other media personalities called the trend pointless.
Being a person, being
at least he's bold though. Yeah, no, he definitely got some confidence.
Space you're physically occupying. Even that we now call a trend.
As news outlets criticized and pointed out the dangers, the challenge started losing momentum. And by the end of 2024, TikTokers abandoned the raw dogging challenge and moved on to the next viral trend. We already know that TikTok is full of terrible health advice, but this next challenge might be the dumbest health trend ever. The beer tanning challenge. The beer tanning trend probably started because of a shocking claim that spread on TikTok. In July 2023, a TikToker posted a video warning that used
sunscreen causes cancer more than 1,000x regulation limits of benzene. Okay, so no sunscreen all summer 2025.
Sunscreen was actually dangerous.
Come on now.
Rubbing cancer into our skins.
The District of New York follows a report by online pharmacy
Wow.
which detected high levels of benzene in several
Who would have thought?
batches of sunscreen.
He explained that some sunscreens contain benzene, which is a chemical suspected
I never put on sunscreen. Low key, I don't ever put on sunscreen either. I ain't gonna lie to you.
of causing cancer. That
That's
was all
crazy,
people
though.
needed to hear. The video went viral, getting over 5 million views. Viewers
Damn.
were scared, but they were also confused. If sunscreen was dangerous, what were people supposed
I
to
never
use
used
instead?
protection?
TikTok had an answer: beer.
Facts.
Barely a month after the sunscreen controversy blew up, a new TikTok trend started. It was called the beer tanning challenge.
Beer tanning?
People
There-
would
tanning it with beer is insane. That's disgusting. Aren't you gonna be all sticky? Aren't you gonna be sticky? What?
Themselves rubbing beer all over their skin.
There's no way they were doing this.
Sun. The idea was.
Hold on now. Just kidding.
The idea was that the hops in beer boosted melanin in the skin, speeding up the tanning process.
Oh boy, what's happening here? Yeah,
there's no way.
This guy's pouring beer all over himself here. This is the latest.
I'm going to fuck you up in GTA. Willito. First Tanti, then you in GTA.
Trend on TikTok, beer tanning.
At first, it sounded like a crazy theory.
I'm 12 years old.
People started posting.
Oh my God, I'm done for. I'm cooked. YouTube, he's lying. YouTube, do your thing. He's lying.
Before and after shots showing off their deep tans. Some even swore beer worked better than sunscreen. Within weeks, the beer tanning challenge became very popular. Videos with the hashtag beer tan skyrocketed.
Drop the location, 123 Apple Street, Seattle, Washington.
To almost 300,000 views, and more people joined the challenge. But while TikTokers were celebrating their bronzed skin, one group was trying to shut down this challenge ASAP. Dermatologists hated the beer tanning challenge and called it downright dangerous. For starters, the science behind beer tanning was completely bogus.
Listen, why is everything dangerous? Why is everything dangerous nowadays?
Apparently,
you can't do nothing.
The hops in the beer stimulate the production of melatonin, which leads to a tan. But there's absolutely no evidence to support this.
Beer has 0 SPF, which means it doesn't protect the skin from sunburn like proper sunscreen does.
But I'll be there in the summer. What's up?
Sunscreen. 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer. Swapping sunscreen for beer only increases that risk. As the media covered the dangers, the backlash grew. Eventually, TikTok stepped in. They banned the beer tanning challenge and started removing any videos promoting it. And since TikTok was suppressing the beer tanning challenge, it gradually disappeared. This next trend caused nothing but pain and discomfort. But that's exactly crazy. What made people want to try it. No Poop July.
How much nastier can it get? No pooping? Are you serious? You better start taking box lessons. You're going to need them. Cap. Imagine not pooping at all. Bro, I feel stuffed up if I don't poop in one day. And so much shit comes out of my body the next day. So, no poop July? Could you imagine 25 days worth of shit just in your stomach? Could you imagine that? 25 days worth of shit just in your stomach. Bro, everywhere you go, when you talk, you're gonna smell shit from someone's breath. Just you being you, normally walking around, you're gonna stink. It's gonna be seeping out of your pores. That is disgusting. What is going to TikTok? Really?
The No Poop July challenge is as ridiculous as it sounds. The goal is simple. Don't use the toilet for the entire month of July. Every year.
Yo, if anyone in chat has done that or tried or took a part of this trend, you're banned.
Hundreds of people join in posting TikTok videos to show how long they can last. But before we find out if anyone...
Breaking news. Twitch streamer Nani Love One is now arguing and trying to fight with minors in his Twitch chat at his 30 years of age.
Anyone actually pulled it off, there's a bigger question. How did such a ridiculous trend even start? In July 2020, a TikToker named OK Kron posted a video looking extremely uncomfortable. The text on the screen read, "Day 1 of No Poop July." OK Kron's face said it all. He was struggling to hold it in, but the caption made it even funnier. It said, "Can I make it till the end?" It was a bold question, and thousands wanted to see if OK Kron could actually last the whole month.
We can't hit him. Remember, he's a girl. He came out to us. That was AI edited. All right? That was AI edited. I did not come out. I love a woman. I love some soft skin and rubbing up against my legs. You know what I'm saying? From a woman. A woman. Not a man. A woman. I love everybody, but I love my woman.
month. His video received 84,000 likes and the comments were full of people cheering him on. As the days passed, OK Kron kept the suspense going with dramatic
There's
updates.
no way he went 8 days
video
of no
showed him looking worse, sweat pouring down his face, pained
There's
facial
no way.
expressions, and lots of
He made it 17 days? This is actually insane.
squirming. The more uncomfortable he looked, the more excited viewers got. Viewers weren't sure if he was kidding or if he was really holding it in for a month, but it was entertaining regardless. Then, just as July was coming to an end, there was a twist.
Lying. This cap.
You might know him as the kid who hasn't pooped for 26 days, but today we found proof that he lied to us.
I knew it. This cap.
Did you fail? Be real. Yeah. Obviously, like, I'd be in the hospital.
I told you.
A simple, funny video. OK Kron admitted he failed the challenge. Up until this moment, No Poop July wasn't even a trend.
Wait, what the fuck? Is that him? There's no way he has 2 different eyes.
It was just one guy doing something dumb for laughs. However, it got people wondering if it was possible to go an entire month without pooping.
People really tried to do this. People, yo, I'm not gonna lie. That the herd mentality is insane. The herd mentality is insane. Yo, if someone say, "Oh, let's jump off a bridge," is everyone just gonna jump off the bridge? If it gave you numbers on TikTok, you can't even post this shit. What do you? People really try this? There's no way people really tried this.
TikTok quickly dug up a real-life case that made the challenge seem possible. It was about a man who held it in for a very long time.
Have to respect the effort. No, I do not.
Bars, Lamar went on a poop strike. He simply refused to go to the bathroom altogether. He didn't go to the bathroom for literally 47 straight days.
Suddenly, No Poop July didn't seem like it was just a joke. So by July 2021, 1 year after the original challenge, it started trending again. This
if
time,
Betsy told you to, you are a bot. You are a bot.
More TikTokers joined in, posting videos of themselves trying to hold it in. And some of them were taking the challenge seriously. Even OK
Down,
Kron
not just
came
down
back
bad,
for
down
the
horrendous.
2021 challenge, posting daily updates just like before. Then in July 2022, No Poop July returned for the 3rd year in a row. That's when doctors realized this was becoming an annual event and they were horrified. Worried doctors begged people not to try the challenge.
Are we gonna do No Poop July? Are we gonna do No Poop July?
This is not normal because if you're not having a bowel movement every day, it could
No
lead to
poop, man?
abdominal pain, gas, bloating, and other issues.
But instead of dying down, it exploded. The 2023 edition of No Poop July racked up 80 million views in just a few weeks.
Dude, it's July. You know what that means?
I don't know what that means.
Just look on TikTok. It's No Poop July.
Oh no!
The 2024 edition crossed 100 million views. But 2024 was special because OK Kron, the TikToker who started it all, decided to turn the ridiculous trend into something meaningful. To everyone's surprise, he announced that he donated about $1,000 worth of toilet paper to various charities.
Are you serious? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If he really did that, that's actually really dope. If he did that, that's actually really dope. I think that's really dope. I think he turned in some stupid trend because Lord knows we all need toilet paper. Now they added some content to the vid. Tell me if it's good enough. You want something to change?
Positive came out of this dumb challenge.
Appreciate you.
Hopefully, No Poop July won't return in 2025. But with how popular it's gotten, it probably will. The next
Are you serious? Are we doing No Poop July, guys?
Done by women, and it backfired in the worst way possible.
Oh, you just filled No Poop May? No way.
Hundreds of women took part in this challenge, but they had no idea that this trend would make them targets for creeps and trolls on the internet. The challenge started in January 2021 when a TikToker named Orbeez posted a video with a unique editing style. The silhouette effect with the red background looked amazing. Within hours, Orbeez's comments were flooded with people begging for a tutorial. They wanted to make their own versions. Orbeez listened. That same day, she posted a step-by-step guide to create the silhouette.
All right, good night. Appreciate you for pulling up. In the building.
But in fact, they just needed to use a red tinted filter from Snapchat or TikTok. Before long, TikTokers everywhere were trying it out. They called it the silhouette.
Damn, that's a catfish I've
just
never
needed
seen
to
one.
use a red
Look at this
filter
catfish
from Snapchat or TikTok. Before long, TikTokers everywhere were trying it out. They called it the silhouette challenge. Even celebrities joined the trend.
So turn on the light in your bathroom. Okay. Go in your door arch. Okay. And just whatever you want to do.
At its peak,
is he just like Tomb Raider?
Challenge got more than 200 million views on TikTok. But like most TikTok trends, it didn't take long for things to
I took that off so quick. I took it off so quick.
Shapes, the participants wore as little as possible. Others wore nothing at all. After all, the red filter was supposed to hide everything, leaving only a shadow. But it turns out the filter wasn't foolproof. Before long, some creeps online figured out how to remove the filter. And once they took it off, they could see everything, if you catch my drift. So
nah, when we were being naked and doing that, oh no, they leaked their own nudes?
Suddenly, tutorials on how to remove the red filter start.
Nah, nigga, bro, people are creeps. People are creeps. People are creeps. Are you serious? People are really removing how to remove red light and silhouette challenge? Bro, these little 12 and 13 years are horn dogs.
Everywhere. And since there were hundreds of silhouette challenge videos online, creeps were having a field day. People even created subreddits.
I will get in trouble.
I can't speak I can't speak because if you do, you'll get in trouble. You are disgusting. You disgust me.
Reddit's like Silhouette Unfiltered to share silhouette challenge videos with the filters
not that serious.
removed. Panic spread fast. Suddenly, TikTokers were warning everyone to stay away from the silhouette
Not with
challenge.
this? Okay, what were you doing? Let me know. This is a safe space.
Or at least wear clothes while doing it.
So word of warning, if you're going to make a video as part of the silhouette challenge, keep your clothes on. People are attempting to revert the videos back to their normal coloring, and that can reveal things that viewers aren't supposed to see.
For some, the warnings came in time, but for others, it was too late. Their videos had been downloaded, altered, and shared to creeps across the internet. TikTok tried to help by banning filter removal tutorials and shutting down accounts spreading them. But instead of being relieved, some victims blamed TikTok for not acting sooner. One thing.
How are you gonna blame TikTok when you're the one that put it up yourself? What do you mean, TikTok? You're the one that did the challenge. How about not do the challenge? How about not follow what everyone else is doing? You know what I'm saying? How about not just follow? The accountability is lacking amongst many people. I'm going to look for this video. You
was clear. The silhouette challenge should have never existed. This next trend wasn't just dumb, it was also a crime. The Chase Bank glitch. On September 1st, 2024, TikTokers were buzzing. The reason was because they thought they found a way to get free money. Thousands of dollars completely free.
That was very good. I didn't mean to be an asshole. If I was, my apologies.
Free. They called it the Chase Bank glitch.
So what people would do?
Oh, I know this one. I know this one. Yo, people were doing this and we're like, oh my God, 70,000, bro. Literally the next few days, bro, there would be $77,000 in debt. People were putting themselves in
and then
debt.
They would immediately take money away.
That's called fraud, guys. Do not do this.
From an ATM.
Just like the guy explained,
I know this
they would
one.
write a check for more money than they had in their Chase Bank account and deposit it. These checks were fake because their accounts had no money to back them up. Then, before the bank could catch on, they would rush to an ATM and withdraw the check.
Almost did it? There's no way.
In other words, they were scamming the bank for free cash.
But the thing about it is they're scamming their own account. At least, come on now. If we're going to be some criminals, at least scam someone else's. Hype up your mans. Hype up your mans to do that. No. Yo, let's pull out 150,000. No, but your account, not mine, your account. Come on now.
As word spread, the hashtag Chase Bank glitch started trending on TikTok.
Come on now.
Within hours, people were lined up at Chase Bank ATMs eager to cash in.
Nah, I said it's heavy.
That's actually insane though.
No, this is elephant.
There was one small problem. The so-called glitch was actually a crime. As more people heard about the trend, financial experts...
And that's for some money after facts. Hey, let me hold it. Damn, you got 150,000, big bro. Let me hold a 20 piece. Let me hold a 20 piece.
Explain
you got
why the Chase Bank glitch was actually check fraud.
Make no mistake, in every sense of the word, this is check fraud. You are knowingly writing fake checks. And to make it even worse, you are committing a felony against yourself.
Anyone caught committing check fraud can face huge fines, prison time, and even a lifetime ban from opening a bank account.
Chase will alert every other bank that you try to go to. And you may possibly never be able to get an account. You'll have to.
But despite all the warnings, the Chase Bank glitch kept trending on TikTok. Some posted screenshots of their bank balances as proof that it worked. Others saw a chance to cash in, selling step-by-step guides or charging fees to teach people how to pull it off. But it was only a matter of time before the bosses at Chase Bank realized TikTokers were stealing from them. And when they did, they were furious. On September 2nd,
chat, let's be honest, and anyone in the YouTube comment section, would you ever do this trend?
Barely 24 hours after the glitch went viral, Chase Bank shut it down. The bank released a statement saying the glitch was fixed. Fake checks wouldn't work anymore. And just to make things clear, they added, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple. Now everyone who took advantage of the glitch was panicking, and they had—
You know what's funny? What if she actually didn't do that? What if she actually wasn't there and he just used her for this video, but she had no parts of this?
Glitch was panicking, and they had good reason to be worried because Chase Bank was coming after them. By October 2024, the bank started suing those who used the glitch. One person stole $335,000 during the glitch. Chase didn't stop there. They identified accounts that deposited those fake checks, froze them, and took back whatever money was left. Most of those accounts ended up with negative account balances with a bunch of zeros.
GG's.
They really told me to tap in. Next day I was supposed to clear. Look at my account, yo.
Soon, arrests—
You're an idiot. You are an idiot, bro. Donkey of the day. You are an idiot.
Those who thought they scored free money were charged and tried in court. The Chase Bank glitch became a brutal lesson. Don't commit a financial crime because someone on TikTok told you it was cool. This next trend took an ordinary daily activity and turned it into something idiotic. The cereal challenge.
Okay, I can get I can get down with this challenge. I like me some good cereal. Good cereal. Chat, name your top 3 cereals. YouTube, let me know what your top 3 cereals are.
Works. 2 people had to participate. One person lay down with their mouth wide open while the other poured cereal and milk in. Then the second person had to eat the cereal straight from their mouth using—
That's actually disgusting. This is actually disgusting. I don't know if I could do this trend.
Using a spoon. To pass the challenge, the person on the bottom had to keep their mouth open while the second person ate from it. Some managed to keep their mouths open long enough to complete the challenge. Others ended up coughing soaked in milk. Huge influencers with millions of followers joined the trend. And with that kind of reach, the cereal challenge spread faster.
Doing the cereal challenge with my sister.
Some even decided to involve their
pets
in the challenge, and you do not want to see those videos. But the challenge was—
someone did it with a dog? Must be white.
Also pretty risky. If the person lying down inhaled milk or cereal, they could legitimately choke.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cheerios, and IDK.
And suffocate.
But that's actually
this
insane.
This trend was all risk with zero reward. Luckily, the cereal challenge didn't last long. But while it was trending, it proved people will do just about anything for 15 minutes of—
I'm not gonna lie, I'll do that with my girlfriend.
Fame, even if it puts their health on the line.
I did that with
this
my
next
girlfriend.
trend was one of the dumbest and most dangerous ones out there. The Orbeez challenge.
What's the Orbeez challenge?
In 2022, the Orbeez challenge was so notorious that people threatened to arrest anyone caught doing it. To understand why, you first need to know what Orbeez are.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. My daughter put Orbeez in my toilet seat, or in my toilet, back 2 apartments ago. She put Orbeez. She was a lot younger then. She's like, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. She put Orbeez in the toilet. Bro, I had to call plungers out. Bro, they had to take big Orbeez.
Orbeez are tiny beads that swell up when soaked in water.
It was crazy.
There are 1 million Orbeez in this bath. This is literally so satisfying.
Orbeez are usually harmless.
Bro, and they don't stop growing. The more water, they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Kids play with them, and some people even use them to relieve stress.
I bought her this too. It was like for her feet.
But in 2022, someone had a reckless idea. They started loading Orbeez into toy guns and shooting them like tiny water bullets. Except they weren't aiming them at friends. They were targeting random strangers.
These things can shoot up to about 200, 210 feet per second.
And then it got even worse. People began freezing the Orbeez before loading them. So instead of bursting on impact, the frozen Orbeez hit like rubber bullets. That made them a lot more painful and more dangerous.
These toy guns, well, they can really actually replicate a real firearm.
By March 2022, the Orbeez challenge
Nah, they were really riding around town, blicking people, doing drive-by Orbeez.
Challenge was out of control. TikTokers across the country were shooting Orbeez at random strangers.
Nah, this is actually insane.
A new trend on social media is raising serious concern among local police departments. It involves people shooting innocent bystanders with water pellets.
Police cracked down hard.
You was really shooting people with frozen. Oh, he's been not frozen? Okay.
Arresting teens who participated in the challenge.
In
one case, 14
were
arrested. They were charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and reckless endangerment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Police say surveillance video showed the 4 teens pull up in a car and fire the gel pellets into a class working outside.
You would think arrests would scare people off, but
Definitely
it didn't. Kids kept doing the Orbeez challenge until someone lost their life. On June 2nd, 2022, a group of
death by Orbeez? Did he say that someone just died? Death by Orbeez?
teenagers Orbeezed some guys playing basketball, but these weren't the kind of guys to laugh it off. A fight broke out, and by the time it was over, one of the basketball players lost his life. He was only 17. When the media reported the case, people finally realized how serious this challenge was.
TikTok is not reality to real life, but there's real consequences for some of those things that go on there.
That was the final
Someone got blicked for the Orbeez. Is insane.
Police cracked down harder on the Orbeez challenge. In Kentucky, a mayor banned water pellet toys completely. Walmart, Target, and Amazon pulled Orbeez from their shelves. Even Spin Master, the company.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine you own the Orbeez company, right? And you're doing perfectly fine. You're doing great marketing, PR, all that stuff. And people ruined it for you. You had $1 billion operation going. You know what I'm saying? $1 million at least operation going. And they still sell Orbeez guns though? Never mind. They're getting cheddar then.
Behind Orbeez addressed the issue. They released a statement saying they had no affiliation with the gel toys and that their Orbeez products were not intended to be used as projectiles.
But the fact that you even had to put out a statement because other people started doing some shit that you had no intention of your product being is actually, that sucks. That sucks.
But after all this, the Orbeez challenge didn't completely disappear. Orbeez challenge incidents were still being reported as recently as 2024. These trends prove that some people will do anything to fit in.
You put a switch on the Orbeez gun? Holy, the demon.
But just remember, the people that change the world are the ones that choose to be different. Visual Venture.